On a snowy Christmas Eve, Coco Beans, the tiniest, fluffiest puppy in the village, was watching the snow fall when a golden sleigh appeared in her yard. Beside it stood a cheerful elf named Tippy. Tippy exclaimed, "Coco Beans, Santa needs your help. A magical star has fallen from the sky, and only someone brave and full of Christmas spirit can find it." Excited, Coco hopped into the sleigh, and they zoomed through the frosty night to the enchanted forest. The trees sparkled like sugar, and the air smelled like peppermint. Tippy warned, "The star is hiding here, but beware of the frosty shadows. They love to play tricks." Coco sniffed and searched until she spotted a faint glow under a pile of candy cane striped leaves. Just as she dug it up, the frosty shadows appeared, swirling and giggling. They challenged her with a riddle. What sparkles in the night sky but never falls, except when magic calls? After thinking hard, Coco barked, "A star!" The shadows clapped and handed her the glowing star. Back at Santa's workshop, Santa boomed, "Coco Beans, you saved Christmas!" He placed the star on his sleigh, which sparkled brilliantly, and gave Coco a shiny red collar with a golden bell. As she curled up by the fire, her bell jingling softly, she felt proud, knowing she had helped bring joy to the whole world. It was truly the best Christmas ever.
One chilly morning, Liam woke up to a surprise. The world outside his window was covered in fluffy white snow. Liam exclaimed, "Mommy, look! The ground is full of marshmallows." Mommy laughed. "That's snow, Liam. It's soft, cold, and perfect for playing. Want to try it?" "Yes, yes, yes!" Liam cheered, already pulling on his boots. Liam bundled up and stepped outside. "Ah, it's so cold and squishy," he giggled. Then he dashed forward and plop! He slipped and laughed, saying, "It's like a slippery pillow." Mommy showed him how to roll a big ball of snow, and together they built a snowman called Liam the Snowman. Next, Liam made snow angels, flopping onto his back. "Look, Mommy, I'm a flying snow angel." After playing, Liam's tummy growled, "Mommy, can I eat the snow? It looks like marshmallows." But Mommy had something even better, warm hot chocolate topped with marshmallows. As tiny snowflakes fell from the sky, Liam spun in circles, shouting, "It's snowing again. It's like the sky is giving me kisses." Mommy hugged him tight, saying, "That's the magic of snow, Liam." As the sun set, Liam yawned, snuggling into Mommy's arms, dreaming of snow angels and marshmallows.
The Silliest Pirates and the Golden Giggle Chest. It was a sunny day on the high seas, and Captain Giggles, the silliest pirate of them all, stood proudly on the deck of her ship, the Laughing Lobster. Her crew, First Mate Wobbles, a clumsy but cheerful boy, and Navigator Noodles, a clever girl with a giggle that could make anyone laugh, were ready for their next adventure. "Crew!" Captain Giggles called, holding up a crumpled treasure map. "We're on a mission to find the greatest treasure in the world, the Golden Giggle Chest." "What's in the chest?" asked Wobbles, scratching his head. "No one knows," Captain Giggles said, wiggling her fingers mysteriously, "but legend says it'll make you laugh so hard your toes will wiggle for a week." The crew cheered and Navigator Noodles grabbed the map. "First stop, Tickletoe Island," she announced. The Laughing Lobster sailed through the giggly waves where the water bubbled and burped. "Excuse you," Wobbles said, giggling as the sea sprayed his nose. At Tickletoe Island, the sand wasn't ordinary. It was tickly sand. As the crew stepped off the ship, they burst into laughter, hopping and wiggling their feet. "Quick," Captain Giggles said between giggles. "Find the next clue." Navigator Noodles spotted a bottle sticking out of the sand. She opened it and read the clue. To find the Golden Giggle Chest, hop like frogs to the Laughing Lagoon. When they reached the lagoon, they saw the water giggling. "Ha ha ha ha!" the lagoon laughed. "There's the chest!" Wobbles shouted, pointing to a sparkling box floating in the middle of the water. "How do we get it?" asked Noodles. "Simple," said Captain Giggles. "We make the lagoon laugh even harder." The crew started telling the silliest jokes they could think of. "Why did the pirate bring a ladder?" asked Noodles. "Why?" asked Wobbles. "To reach the high seas!" Noodles shouted, and the lagoon laughed so hard that the chest floated right to their feet. Captain Giggles opened the chest and inside was a giant feather and a mirror. "A feather for tickling and a mirror to see your silliest faces," Captain Giggles said. The crew spent the rest of the day making funny faces, tickling each other, and laughing until their toes wiggled. "This really is the greatest treasure ever," said Wobbles, grinning. And from that day on, Captain Giggles and her crew were known as the happiest, silliest pirates on the seas.
It was a big day at the Little Sprouts Cooking Club, where all the kid chefs aged 3 to 5 were preparing for their silly chef showdown. The kitchen was buzzing with excitement, tiny aprons tied and chef hats slightly crooked. Mia, the youngest chef, clapped her hands. "Let's make the best cake ever," she declared, holding a mixing bowl almost as big as her. Leo, the self-proclaimed master of flavors, stood proudly next to her. "We need chocolate, and sprinkles, and pickles," he shouted, holding up a jar of pickles. "Pickles don't go in cake, silly," giggled Ella, carefully cracking an egg, except it landed on her head. "Oops," she said, as everyone burst out laughing. Meanwhile, Max was busy with the flour, determined to measure the perfect amount. "Just a little more," he said, as a cloud of flour puffed up, covering him completely. "I'm a ghost chef," he shouted, chasing everyone around the kitchen. Amara, the decorating expert, was practicing her frosting skills when frosting shot across the room and landed on Leo's nose. "I'm the sprinkle monster," he said, sticking sprinkles all over his face. The silliness continued when Mia added food coloring to the batter, creating a rainbow swirl. "It's magic cake," she squealed. Everyone cheered except Max, who accidentally sat on a bowl of whipped cream. "I'm the whipped cream king," he declared, making a whipped cream crown on his head. Finally, after lots of giggles and messes, the cake was ready lopsided, colourful, and covered in sprinkles, gummy bears, and even a pickle on top. "It's the silliest cake ever," Mia announced, cutting a slice. When they tasted it, their eyes lit up. "It's delicious," Max declared with whipped cream still in his hair. Meet Jack, a cheerful little boy with a bright red cap. His best friends are a fluffy kitten named Whiskers and a bold lion cub named Simba. One sunny morning, Jack clapped his hands. "Today's the day. We're going on a big adventure." Whiskers meowed. "We'll find treasure faster." Simba roared. "Not if I find it first." Jack laughed. "Let's head to the wild forest." In the wild forest, they faced the wiggly bridge. Whiskers stepped carefully, but it wobbled. Then Simba dashed across, and Jack cheered. "Go, Simba!" Whiskers took a brave leap. "I did it." Great teamwork. Next, they reached the sandy dunes. Jack said, "Find the buried treasure." Whiskers dug with her paws, and Simba helped with his claws. Eventually, they found a wooden chest with shiny gems and a note about climbing the rainbow tree. At the rainbow tree, Simba climbed to the top first, holding the golden crown. "You're the king of this adventure," said Whiskers. Jack smiled. "Best adventure ever." Simba and Whiskers agreed. What's next?
Zippy and the Best Joke Contest. It was a bright morning at Jolly Jungle Zoo, and all the animals were excited for the Best Joke Contest. Zippy, the little zebra, couldn't wait to join in. He loved making his friends laugh. "Today I'll tell the funniest joke ever," Zippy said, wiggling his striped tail. Zippy trotted over to the monkey enclosure where Momo, the mischievous monkey, was practicing. "Why did the banana go to the doctor?" Momo asked, giggling. "I don't know why," Zippy asked. "Because it wasn't peeling well," Momo hooted, rolling on the ground with laughter. Zippy laughed too. "That's a good one, but wait till you hear mine." Next, Zippy visited Tilly the toucan, who was perched on her branch practicing her joke. "Knock, knock," Tilly squawked. "Who's there?" Zippy replied. "Orange," Tilly said. "Orange who?" "Orange, you glad I didn't say banana?" Tilly flapped her wings and squawked with laughter. Zippy chuckled. "That's funny, Tilly, but my joke is going to make everyone laugh the most." Finally, Zippy stopped by Ollie the elephant, who was carefully balancing a ball on his trunk. "Hey, Ollie, got a joke for the contest?" Zippy asked. Ollie nodded. "Why do elephants never use computers?" "Why?" Zippy asked. "Because they're afraid of the mouse," Ollie trumpeted, laughing so hard he toppled the ball. Zippy giggled. "Good one, Ollie, but get ready for my joke. It's going to be the best." When it was Zippy's turn at the contest, all the animals gathered around. Zippy took a deep breath and said, "Why don't zebras play hide and seek?" Everyone leaned in, curious. "Because you can always spot their stripes," Zippy said, grinning. The animals burst into laughter, stomping, clapping, and flapping. Zippy beamed. Even though Zippy didn't win the contest, Momo's banana joke did. He was happy. "Making everyone laugh is the best prize of all," he said. and from that day, Zippy was known as the zoo's funniest zebra.